Hello you lovely people, I'm Nick and welcome to Firthy's Feedback. In this video I'd like to give my hopefully short review of The Umbrella Academy Season 3. This third season is perhaps the most emotional and well crafted installment of the Netflix original series, and that's saying something considering the quality of the previous two seasons. Once again, based on the Dark Horse comic series of the same name by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba, especially elements of the Hotel Oblivion miniseries, the third season finds the Hargreaves family travelling back to the present after their time in 1963 Dallas. However, it isn't the present they know. Having witnessed their dysfunction in the past, their adoptive father, Reginald, adopted 7 other children, including their deceased but now alive brother Ben, and formed a superhero unit known as the Sparrow Academy. I must admit, the first 10 minutes of episode 1 really surprised me, for all the right reasons, which I will touch on later. But the first episode in this new season really did hook me for another wild ride with the family Hargreaves and everything that goes with them. And as if that wasn't bad enough, a mysterious cosmic event known as the Kugelblitz threatens to end all of existence due to the Hargreaves' time travel. Once again, the Umbrella Academy must preserve the fabric of space-time while dealing with the emotional fallout of their time-travelling shenanigans. This leads to some of the best performances from the cast. Allison previously received a meteor storyline in Season 2 as she had to deal with navigating the 1960s as a black woman. It turns out this new timeline has cost her dearly, and Season 3 has her attempting to reverse this loss while crossing plenty of moral lines in the process. And while Klaus has always provided some of the series' most outrageous moments, he's also had some of the more grounded ones as well. That continues here as he forms an unlikely bond with this timeline's version of Reginald. Even Diego gets to step out of his tormented anti-hero box due to the return of his lover-turned-enemy, Lila. She comes bearing a surprise in the form of their alleged son. But the most significant moment surrounds Victor Hargreaves, formerly known as Vanya. Prior to production beginning on the third season, Paige came out as trans and non-binary, leading fans to wonder how the series would handle their transition. It turns out that transition was handled exceptionally well, with Victor making his transition in the series' third episode and the rest of the Hargreaves family fully accepting him. In a series with talking chimpanzees, a man with a fish tank for a head, and psychotic assassins wearing cartoon animal masks, the fact that a character's transition is handled with this much grace speaks to the talents of the writing staff. Much like Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings giving the Mandarin a new origin, or Young Justice Phantoms going in a different direction with beloved DC characters, the Umbrella Academy Season 3 shows that sometimes deviating from the source material can lead to a richer story. This is especially true in the case of the Sparrows. Showrunner Steve Blackman said in interviews that while the Umbrella Academy is a family that never learned how to be superheroes, the Sparrow Academy are superheroes that never learned how to be a family. Probably the best example of this comes with Ben. In the first 2 seasons, he often haunted Klaus and served as a voice of reason. Here, he's an immense asshole. He insults the Umbrella Academy every chance he gets, and he's constantly scheming to become the new number 1. The sheer dysfunction on display often puts the Roy clan from Succession to shame. To its credit, the series actually features an unlikely bond between Umbrellas and Sparrows, as Luther forms a romance with gravity-defying Sloane, with both heroes coming out of their shells in the process. It also doesn't hurt that Hopper and Rodriguez have immense chemistry. And don't worry Umbrella fans, the series still manages to utilise the same off-kilter approach to the superhero genre that cemented it as a must-watch. Take the premiere episode, Meet the Family. When the Sparrows and the Umbrellas first face off, it's not with a display of powers, but with a dance battle set to Footloose of all things. The Hotel Oblivion, or rather Hotel Obsidian, features inhabitants from various time periods and is made to look like a 1950s era hotel. A religious following is formed around the Kugelblitz. Things like these make the Umbrella Academy a standout in the pack of comic book adaptations, and 3 seasons in, I'm glad this series hasn't lost its luster. The Umbrella Academy Season 3 is perhaps the best season of the series yet, as it takes time to fully explore how time travel has taken its toll on the Hargreaves family. Given that this is one of Netflix's more popular series, and the fact that Wei and Ba are currently working on a 4th Umbrella Academy miniseries, I hope the series is renewed for a 4th season, especially since the final episode promises to yet again shake up the Hargreaves' lives. So, all in all, this is a great season. I've heard and read that the lack of a season-long villain kind of took people out of this one, but I always feel that Reginald is always playing the bad guy, considering he's revealed in Season 2 and now in Season 3 that he's an alien to certain people. You have to wonder what his motives are. I will also hold my hands up and say that I've not read the comic books, so there might be an explanation already that I don't know about. But all in all, I think this was a very well written season, the character arcs were very good throughout, and number 5 is still my favourite character, which isn't at all weird because I watched Aidan Gallagher on his Nickelodeon show, Nicky, Ricky, Dicky and Dawn, when my daughter was growing up. Anyway, that's my review. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd also like to thank you for watching until the end, and please don't forget to drop a like on the video, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell notification icon to stay up to date when new videos are available. So, for now, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.